What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another balance update video. I know I've been making a lot of these recently, and it's mainly because there's been a lot of big changes, and I want you guys to stay all up to date on what's happening to be ready when all these changes hit. So, the admins have actually listened to us. They looked at what the community thought of their balance changes and how they reacted, and they've changed a lot of major things. The two most important ones that I will mention in this video, of course, are the baby Yeti and one for all. The two I think most players care about the most. Starting off with the baby Yeti, the admins actually listened and they have partially reverted the nerf of the baby Yeti. If you did recall, the baby Yeti's ice shield ability, which allowed me to actually go in the auction house and show you guys. Currently, the baby Yeti's ice shield makes it so 100% of your strength gets converted to defense. However, the admins want to go and change this and make it so only 50% of your strength gets converted into defense. This is really bad, because it just makes the baby Yeti obsolete and makes the blue whale several times better. However, more like twice as good, how about that? However, the admins have listened and they have partially reverted this, and now the baby Yeti will be converting 75% of your strength into defense. This makes it quite good and almost on par with the blue whale for berserkers and strength-based classes. However, this will make it so the blue whale is still superior to the baby Yeti. But if you want to get baby, if you see this video like as I post it, then it might be a good idea to go and buy a baby Yeti, because they are quite cheap right now with everyone panic selling them. But of course, the baby Yeti's nerf getting reverted partially is great, but let's get on to the big hitter change. Quite literally the big hitter change, and that is of course the one for all nerf. One for all has absolutely dominated the meta for Hypixel Skyblock in terms of outside of dungeons damage and even inside of dungeons, but now it has been changed, and recently the admins made it additive, meaning that instead of multiplying your base damage by 210%, it would add 210 base damage. This was absolutely ridiculous and made one for all obsolete. Of course, it wasn't added to the main server, it was on the alpha server, but now the admins have said that one for all will be giving plus 500% damage. Literally just 500% damage, not base damage. What I understand about that is that when you're going to be using one for all on a weapon, it will pretty much be dealing 6 times the damage it would deal while clean. That is quite good and will definitely make it more viable than just adding 210 base damage to a weapon, and will also make it more usable for all weapons, because if it was just adding base damage, then if you added that much base damage to like a flower of truth, it would be a lot more effective than adding it to like a giant sword, for example. However, at the same time, the admins are also going to be buffing a lot of enchants with some minor tweaks here and there, and some minor nerfs and some minor buffs to some enchants, overall making enchants more powerful than they were before. Of course, like the enchants outside of one for all. As you know, one for all removes all other enchantments on a weapon. This will, in my opinion, make enchants more powerful than one for all, especially if you're going for those tier 7 enchantments who are so expensive but will be much more powerful than one for all now. I of course will not be going over all of these changes and all of these things. I will leave images on the screen if you want to look at them for all the changes to the different basic enchants of weapons and everything. And yeah, what I think overall for one for all, I believe that one for all will still be quite good for some weapons, mainly the ones that were good before with one for all. But if you have the money to get tier 7 enchants, those will now be better than one for all, at least outside of dungeons, and will usually be the best bet for endgame players. However, one for all may grow cheaper with this nerf, and that may make it so mid or late game players have more access to one for all, and it will be a very good quote unquote budget damage option for your weapons. I personally find the 1-for-all enchant very interesting because you do sacrifice all of that, like all these enchants that give you more drops, more experience, more coins, all of these, you're sacrificing everything for pure damage, and I think that should still be very valuable and should still be very powerful, and I do like how the admins reacted and changed it for this enchant. And now you may be going, whoa, Vintage, that's a lot of information to swallow. I don't know if I'm gonna remember all of it. Don't worry, I will leave every single one of these changes in the description below. However, these aren't the only changes that were introduced. Several other changes were introduced, and I will mention them in separate videos because they cover quite different topics. And if you want to check those out, they should be posted as well in the very, very near future. And so make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of these changes. I'm sure the admins are going to keep changing and swapping out these updates and these balances and everything over the next few days. So make sure to stay up to date to always have a head start over everybody else. But that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Make sure to subscribe and join my Discord server for giveaways. And I'll see you guys in the next one.